All right. So we're going to start on our backs, and you're going to go ahead and grab the double ball, if you've got the two balls. And they come in different colors for different densities, so whichever one you have, just go ahead and work with that. So we're going to have this go in between the shoulder blades. So if you want, you can always bring your block over for more intensity, but I would say let's just start with that so that it feels like the balls are kind of straddling either side of the spine. And I want to start with them kind of right at the top of where your shoulder blades are. So if my shoulder blade ridge is living up at the top of my shoulders, I want to kind of feel like the ball is centered between the tops of the shoulder blades. And I'm going to hold my head in my hands. And now from here, if you can, if it's not too intense, you're just going to hover your hips and do these little micro rolls, just a couple inches or an inch or two up and down. And I'm just below where my neck starts, right? So I'm staying below my neck, kind of right at the top of my shoulders. Now again, if this is too much to lift your hips, you can just arch your back and round your back, and you'll kind of get the same action of the balls rolling an inch or two up and down. And again, they're on either side of your spine, so that center where the balls connect is kind of what's right straddling over the spine. Just get maybe one or two more rolls here. And I'm going to keep my elbows pretty close to my face just to move the shoulder blades out of the way. Okay, so now I want to move it down. So now I'm going to just push into my feet and push my body back towards my head so that the balls go down towards my hips. So now it should feel like the balls are almost right between your shoulder blades or maybe closer to the base of your shoulder blades. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to kind of iron it out by rolling it up and down an inch or two. If it's too intense, again, you can just keep your hips on the floor and arch and round your back. And that should also kind of encourage this up and down movement of the balls. Get just maybe one or two more little rolls here. We're just staying in that upper back, staying above the bra line here. Last one. Good. Now just set your hips down, hold on to your head, and take your right arm up to the ceiling. And we're just going to make a big circle with that right arm. Okay, so I've kind of got a little bit of an abdominal crunch here. It should feel like the balls are centered kind of between the shoulder blades, closer to the bottom than the top, maybe somewhere around the middle. And I'm just now moving my arms and keeping that consistent pressure in the upper back with the balls. Good, let's reverse the circle. Just making a few big, nice circles with the arm. Just trying to free up some movement in the shoulder blade here. Good, and then let's go ahead and switch. So your right hand holds your head, left arm is going to do some big, nice circles here. I'm trying to kind of hammock my low back to the floor, so it should feel like you've got some stability here. Just making contact with mostly the upper back. Let's reverse your circles. Just maybe 2, 1, good. And now I'm going to just roll over and we're going to do the chest. Okay, so take your block. You can take all the balls out if you've got the block with all the little balls. Just move them off to the side. And I'm going to have it up on this middle height. You should have these two kind of holes on the side that would hold on to that double ball. And that's going to kind of go into our armpit here. So I want you to think of the ball that's closer to the side of your mat being for kind of the front of your chest. And then that crease is going to kind of straddle right where your armpit web is. And the other ball is going to kind of dive into your armpit. So when I come down, I don't know if you can kind of see that, it's going to slightly press this green ball into the front of my chest and the other side of the green ball into the armpit. And I'm kind of just pushing up towards the shoulder here. So I'm just going to let it kind of drape my body, drape over it. Can you see that? Ball on the front of the webbing of the armpit, then the little divot goes right where the armpit web is, and then the other ball kind of rests inside the armpit, all of which is just pressing up to make some pressure into the pectoral muscles here. And we're just gonna breathe. If it feels good, you can just stay here. And if you feel like you want a little more, you can try maybe even lift and lower that left arm or whichever arm you're on. If you're lifting and lowering, we're just gonna go for 3, 2, 1. Good, just rest for a moment. I'm trying to really relax here. Have no gripping in the chest or the neck or the jaw. Big inhale and exhale. Good, and let's go for the other side. Go ahead and press up. And again, you should be able to kind of get away from the breast tissue. That should be pretty much off to the side. So again, I'm on that high side of the ball or the block. I got the balls on top. They should rest nicely in that little double divot there. And then I've got the front ball kind of on the front side of the chest. The other ball is kind of diving into the armpit. And the webbing of the armpit here is just resting right in the crease between the two balls. And I'm going to slightly turn my chest towards the floor so I can make a lot of contact and put my body weight into that ball. I hope this feels as good to you as it does to me. This feels marvelous. So I'm going to just sit here for a couple breaths. And then if you feel like you want to actually start the movements, you can just lift the right arm and lower, or whichever arm you're doing. Just do a little lift and lower. It doesn't feel like we're stretching the muscle, we're just moving it through its natural range of motion. Maybe just 2, 1, and just rest. Just let your hands rest, let your body rest over the balls. Give me just maybe 1 or 2 big breaths here. Good. Go ahead and press yourself back up. And you can move all that off to the side for now. All right, we're gonna grab our bigger ball. And if you just have your center ball, that's fine too. You can use that. We're gonna put it in between the upper back, in between the shoulder blades. So again, you can use this ball, or if you're using the rad ball center, you can have that there too. Just something to kind of elevate the shoulders, because we're gonna do some just upper back curls. So belly's gonna press down towards the floor, low back is slightly hammocks towards the ground. Keep that like that. Elbows go wide, and then we're just gonna press the head into the hands and try to curl the shoulders over the ball without letting the low back arch. And then you're gonna curl back up and kind of feel this abdominal engagement here. So when you feel like your belly turns on, you drop back, find a little upper back extension here, and then curl yourself back up. So just warming up the abdominals, but also trying to reverse a little bit of the curvature of the upper back, trying to work against gravity. And for those of us that sweep in a nice little ball, this is a nice way to kind of just unwind and lengthen out the spine. Let's go for just 5 more. Big inhale on the way back. Exhale on the way up. So think of this as movement for the spine, but also at the end, really think about firing up the low abs. Here's 3. 2. 1 more big inhale. 1. Stay here. You can always roll the ball a little lower if you feel like you want more of a curl. And I want you to really try to relax your head and your neck back into your hands. We're going to take this right leg up into tabletop. And I want you to press your low back down towards the floor as you just start to extend the right leg in and out. So we've got a little bit of support from the ball to keep this abdominal crunch. Good. We're going to add a little circle to this leg. So now the leg's going to go straight out, up to the ceiling, bend it in, send it out. Up, in, out. Good. Let's go for 5. Keep your low back heavy. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there, take it straight out, flex your foot, lower the heel towards the floor, lift it up just about halfway. So it's just this little pulse here. Again, I'm gonna really try to keep my waistband heavy towards the floor, trying to keep my bottom ribs feeling like they're going into my front pocket, so they're low, they're knitted together. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the right knee, put it down, left leg comes up, and just start extending and bending into the left leg. Just like you're hitting a bullseye out across the room. So first, I just want you to really start to feel like you can keep the stability in the core as you move the leg. Try not to let yourself arch and bend in the back. All right, add on. We're going to take that leg out, up, bend, stretch it out, straight up, bend it in. Out, hamstring stretch, all the way up. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bend it in, take it straight out, flex the foot like you're gonna stand on it, and here's those little pulses. Try to take them down towards the floor. I don't need the foot to touch, but I want you to really feel the resistance that you have to use in the low belly to keep that pelvis from tilting as the heel goes down. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the left knee in, bring the right leg up. So if it's too much with your hands on your ears, you can always bring them out in front. We're gonna take the legs out and in. Try to keep some weight in the ball. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the tabletop. Right toe taps the floor, left toes tap the floor. Just alternating back and forth here. Again, you can always bring your arms down. They can just be here out in front. That's too much with your hands back by your ears. And if the ball is going to be too intense, you can always take it out and just lay flat on your back. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Good job. Go ahead and come on up. Take the ball out from behind you. Come onto your back. And we're going to take the ball between the thighs. Feet are not too far away from you, but we're going to be in our bridge. So don't feel like you want to bring them too close, but we're also going to not have them way far out. So just kind of have them feel like they're right in the knees. All right, balls in between the thighs, arms down by your side. You're going to squeeze the ball. We're just going to start with those little pelvic tilts where you just pull the pubic bone to your belly button, turn on your low belly, and then release. Open up the low back, squeeze the ball, and release. Let's just go for 5. Here's 4. Turning on the glutes as well. 3, 2, 1. We're going to start to roll all the way up. Scoop the tail, roll yourself all the way up to your shoulders, and then roll yourself all the way back down. Exhale, roll it up. And roll it down. So we're going to take our inhale to pause at the top. Exhale, roll it up. Inhale. Exhale, roll it back down. A couple more like this, and then we're going to add in the arms. So keep the squeezing of the ball. Keep the thighs engaged. If you need to walk your feet a little farther out, go ahead. All right. Exhaling, roll yourself up to the top of your bridge. Inhaling, your arms come overhead. Exhale, roll your spine back down. Try to make one vertebrae happen at a time, and then inhale, arms down by your side. Exhale, roll up. One vertebrae lifts off before the other. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, upper back, middle back, low back, tail, arms down. So take your time. We're really trying to separate each vertebra in the back, trying to make sure that everything's moving and nothing's locked up and feeling stuck. Maybe just 2 more like this. Exhale, roll to the top. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, roll it down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhale, arms down. Exhale, roll it up. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, roll it down, upper back, middle back, low back, tail, then arms down. Peel it up. Inhale, arms overhead. Squeeze the ball. Exhale, roll it all the way down. Good job. Arms down by your side. Exhale, roll yourself up to the top. Just holding here. Now again, pull the pubic bone through your legs. Try not to feel like you're arching your low back. I want you to squeeze the ball with the knees. Just squeezing the ball. Press the arms flat. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the squeeze. Dip the hips halfway down. Pull the pubic bone towards your belly button. So think of this less as a lift and lower and more of a tuck and lift, right? I want you to feel pubic bone tucked to your belly button. Pull that imaginary tail through your legs. Last 6, squeeze the ball, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here, just little dips in the hips side to side. Squeeze the ball. Here's 9, 8, just little dips in the hips. 7, side to side. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Slow roll all the way down. Good job. Go ahead and take that ball. We've got 1 set where we're going to do single leg. Okay, so stick the ball behind your right thigh. You can always skip the ball if it's too small. You're going to press into that left heel. We're going to lift yourself all the way up to the top of your bridge. And then we're going to just tap the right foot to the floor, bring it back up. Tap it, bring it up. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, little pulse up, up. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it down. Good job. Switch sides. Left hamstring gets the ball. Squeeze it. Right foot presses down and lifts the hips all the way up. All right. Keep that right cheek squeezing. Try to keep the hips level. Tap the floor. Bring it back in. Tap and in. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5. Zip those ribs in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that left leg up. Little squeezes up. Up, up. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow roll all the way down. Great work. All right, set the ball off to the side. We're going to come up with a little bit of rolling here. So we're going to grab your knees, pull them into your chest, give them a little hug. And then we're going to rock and roll up to our seat. And I want you to try to pause yourself up here at the top. Good. And then you're going to roll yourself back down and back up. I want you to try to make sure you make some contact with the low back as you round and roll up. We're going to get a couple more like that. And then I want you to start adding a twist. So what's going to happen is you're going to roll back, come up, knees to the left, chest to the right. Center, roll back, roll up, knees to the right, chest to the left. Yep, so we're just going to alternate sides. I want you just to try to find this kind of ease and control here. Right, we're not working too hard. I just want to try to get this 3B core. Get this ability to catch ourselves and use the whole body to stabilize at the top. Let's go one more on each side. One more to the other side. Good job. Last one, just roll right back up to center and pause here. Good, now just let your left leg come down to the floor, your hands can come down, and then your right leg is just gonna extend back behind you. I'm gonna turn myself to the side so you can see this. So I've got my chest squared, I'm extending my right leg back, then I'm gonna lift myself up, bring the right leg across the body, and turn my chest towards the right. Back towards the floor, right leg swings back behind me, extends. Then I'm gonna come up, rotate, everything over to the right, the leg goes to the left. Does that make sense? You got it. Comes down, extends, pulls it in and across. Now, if you want more work, you can keep your hands at your heart, extend that right leg back, don't put your hands on the floor, then bring that leg back around. Good, let's go for 5 more. Here's 5. Here's 4. 3. 2. Good. 1. All the way across. Good, and then just turn yourself all the way to the floor, bring your forearms onto the ground, and just let that right leg go back behind you. So my hips are still slightly turned towards that right side of my mat, and I'm just gonna do little lifts of my right leg. I wanna slightly spiral the big toe down so that you can feel just a little bit more catching of the back side of the glute, not just all on the side. Let's go for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna bend that right knee and push that heel towards the wall behind you as you make circles with your knee. Circle it around. Again, every time you circle back, I want you to feel like you're taking that foot and pushing the wall away. Let's go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse your circle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna just box out this right arm. Keep your left knee right where it is. Take your right knee forward to tap your right elbow, and then send it back to push the wall behind you. So we're gonna keep that knee bent. And I'm just gonna move it forward and back. Here's 7, 6, 5. So now I'm turning a little more towards the side of my mat. 3, 2, 1. Hold it forward. Just kick the right leg out and bend. Out and bend. Hips are stacked. Both sit bones could be up against an imaginary wall. 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep it straight. Swing it back, swing it forward. Swing it back and forward. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick it back forward. Last one. Tap the floor, pick it up. Tap the floor, pick it up. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Just bend that right knee in. Come on up. Cross the right leg over the top of the left. Squeeze that right knee into your chest so you can get a little twist, but also feel a little stretch to the outside of that right hip and thigh. Good job. Let's switch sides. Okay, so now you're gonna have that right leg on the floor. And as you turn your chest towards the ground, you're gonna kick the left leg back behind you. Then we're gonna come up, twist across so that that left leg comes across to the right and your chest turns to the left. Fold over the leg, send the leg back. Then left leg comes across and rotate. Take your hands down, leg extends back. Come on up, turn and rotate. Now again, if you want to add more challenge, you can keep your hands at your chest, extend that left leg back, and come on in. Definitely differences from side to side. Here's 5. I'm noticing this on my left side, it's not my stronger side. Here we go, 4. 3 more. 3. 2. Last full set. 1. 1. And then turn yourself all the way to the floor. Bring the forearms down, take that leg back behind you, and we'll just do little lifts. Now again, I'm slightly spiraling the leg down so that I feel like I'm catching a little more of the outer hip and the back of the glute. Good. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're gonna just take that left knee, now you're gonna bend it, you're gonna go ahead and bring that left hand on the floor, and we're just gonna push that heel back as you make those circles. Circles. So the knee is bent. We're gonna take those circles with the bent knee, like you're gonna stamp that wall behind you. Here's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse your circles. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to keep the bend in the knee, bring it forward to tap that left elbow. You can move that right knee down a little bit if it's too close to your hands. So bring the knee in, pushing the heel back. Knee taps the elbow, push it back. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that leg forward, kick it forward, bend. Kick it, bend. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Push into the forearm, don't let yourself drop. Last one, swing that full leg back and forward, back and forward. Here's 8. We got one more set after this. 7, 6, 5, 4. Try to get both those sit bones up against that imaginary wall. Here's 2, 1. Hold it forward, tap the floor, pick it up. Tap and lift. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Bend that knee in, give it a little hug. Come on up, cross it over the right leg. You can hug it in with that right arm and feel that, hopefully feel a stretch on the other side of that left leg, and then give a little twist. Good. Come back to center and come on up all fours. All right, we're gonna do just some of our cat and cow here. So on all fours, shoulders over the wrists, knees under the hips, and let's go for the rounding and the lengthening here. Couple more. Round and lengthen. Last 2 and 1. Go ahead and step yourself back into your plank. Holding here, just turning the chest forward, lengthening the heels back. All right, we're gonna shift it back and forth. Taking your hips over the heels, and then bringing the shoulders back over the wrists. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it back. Little pulses here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Stretch out the back of the legs here. Bend one knee and straighten the opposite leg. And then switch. Give me one more switch between the legs. Push the hands down and forward. Like you're trying to drag the mat apart. All right, right leg goes up and back. Exhale, shift forward. Give that right knee a tap to the right elbow. Step in between the hands. Lower the left knee. Come all the way up. And then we're going to take this right hand to the hip. Left arm over the ear and side bend. Really get upright here. I want you to feel that pubic bone pull up. Lengthen your low back. You can bring your right hand down towards the floor or a block if you've got that. Or you can just stay here on the hip. Take another inhale here. You can let the hips start to go forward if you maintain that low back. Good. Come back upright. Both hands to the heart. And then we're just going to press into the feet and try to lift ourselves up into this pretty short crescent lunge. Okay, just taking ourselves up and down. Arms are going to come down by your side. We're just going to swing the arms up towards the ears, down by the hip. Tap the left knee towards the floor and up. You don't have to go all the way down. Just want you to feel those quads working here. Moving those arms here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Arms are going to go back behind you and forward. Take them at shoulder height, just reaching them back and forward. Trying to hold the legs. Here's 8, 7. Try to really swing those arms way back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Interlace the palms behind you. Open up the chest. You can keep the elbows bent, but bring the palms together. And now we're just going to shift the weight forward over that right thigh as you straighten the left leg. And pull yourself back upright and bend the left knee. Shoot yourself forward and back. I'm just going to keep the bind of my hands behind me. And again, the elbows can bend as much as you need. If you have to, you can grab each elbow instead of your hands, if that's easier for the chest. So you can just grab elbows here as well. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back upright. We're going to open up into warrior 2. And I'm going to keep that bind. I'm going to bring the hands over to my left side. So now I've got the elbows bent. Yep. I'm just going to drop my right ear. I'm going to drop my left ear to my left shoulder. So my right knee is bent. The hands are coming around to the left side. And I'm dropping my ear towards my left shoulder. Just take another breath here. Lower the legs a little more. Yep. They should be burning up. This is a nice stationary hold here for the legs. Just letting the head be heavy. Maybe make a couple of little chin changes here where you tilt the chin down, tilt the chin back. Good, get a little lower. All right, head comes back up. Arms can come back behind you and then let them go. And now we're just gonna do little pulses in that right leg. Arms are just reaching out. Good. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten into that right leg. If you need to move the left foot in a little bit, go ahead. And now we're gonna pull that left hip out to the side as you reach through the right arm. Keep reaching over those right toes. And then see if you can bring the hands somewhere on the shin or the ankle, or maybe the floor. And we're gonna take this left arm over the ear. Keep lengthening through the ribs. I want everything to feel like it's growing as long as possible. Lean the shoulders back. Find this nice big inhale. Good, left hand to the hip. Pull yourself back up with your obliques. Good job, guys. Go ahead and turn yourself towards that front foot. Plant the hands, step it back, look forward in your plank. Now you can lower the knees or you can stay on the toes. We're gonna do 5 chaturanga push-ups. So you're gonna tap the ribs with the elbows, push back up. Squeeze the ribs, press up. Here's 3. Again, you can always go on the knees. 2, 1, all the way to your belly. Reach the hands back, pick up the thighs, pick up the chest and shoulders. Find some length from the top of the head to the pinky toe. Good, now just little lifts of your arms. Pinkies up, pinkies up. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them up there. Bring those arms into cactus arms by your ears and just alternating reach forward. Right arm, left arm. If you can, you'll start to pick up the opposite leg as you reach the arm. So as my left arm goes out, right leg lifts. Right arm goes out, left leg lifts. Good. Let's just go 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. Hands into the elbows, tuck the toes. Either push back to the knees or your toes and come back come back to a child's pose. Deep breath into the back side of the body. Good. All right, one more side. Let's tuck those toes, lift the hips, pedal the feet. Left leg goes up and back, inhale. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Give it a tap. Step it between the hands. Lower the right knee and come up. So you should kind of have these 2 right angles, these 90-degree angles. Then bring the left hand to the hip, right arm over the ear, and side bend. So I'm trying to stay real upright and not let my back bend here. So I want to do this lateral bend. You can even try to bring the hand to the floor or a block. Take maybe just 2 more breaths here. Continuously pulling the pubic bone up and the tail down. 1 more big breath. Good, come back upright. Hands to prayer, tuck the toes. Just lift that lift that right knee. Okay, so you should feel like we're in this pretty short crescent lunge here. Arms are gonna come down by your side. As we go down, arms go up. And then we lift and lower the arms. So I'm tapping my knee towards the floor, trying to keep that pelvic bowl pretty upright. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Interlace the hands the weird way behind you, right? The way that doesn't feel natural. Or grab for the opposite elbow as that last time. And then here we go, hinging forward and back. Just the legs here. We're gonna keep the arms the same. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4. I'm trying to straighten bend that right leg. 3. Stay up out of the left hip. 2. Try not to just lay in it. Last one. Good. Come up. Turn yourself open to warrior 2. I'm going to turn myself around. Good. And now I'm going to bring my hands behind me to the right side, and I'm going to lower my right ear, right shoulder. So left knee is bent, hands on the right side of your body, right ear, right shoulder. Just holding here, so maybe lower the legs or the hips a little bit, bend the knee a little more. Working on the stationary hold. Maybe a little tilt of the chin up and down. Couple more. Good, head comes upright. Arms release out to the side. Little pulses of that left leg. Just little pulses as you hold here. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and straighten into the left leg. Walk the right toes in a little bit if you need to shorten that stride. And then you're gonna let the right hip come out to the side as you reach the left fingertips over the left toes. Keep reaching, reaching, reaching. Try to make sure that equal length on both sides of your ribs. Then bring the hand down anywhere on that thigh, just not on the knee joint. I'm rolling my right ribs back and my left ribs forward, and this right arm's gonna come up and over the ear. Big stretch here on the right side. Take a deep breath, roll the right ribs back, left ribs forward, lean back. One more big breath. Good, right rib, hand to the ribs, and just like you're gonna pull yourself up from that right oblique, come all the way up. Bend the left knee, place both hands down on the floor, step that left foot back, plank. Good, let's either stay up on the toes or lower the knees. Hands go wide for your push-ups. All the way down, and up for number 10. Here's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it low, halfway down, little pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to the floor. Take that right arm out to the T or a little bit on the diagonal as we stretch the chest. You're just going to roll onto your right side. Press into that right forearm. Lift the shoulder away from the floor. Roll it back. Take one more big breath here. That left foot can kind of go anywhere you want behind you. Good, then roll onto your belly. Take the left arm out. Rotate all the way on that left side. Stretch your chest, take a deep breath. You can step your right foot wherever is comfortable. One more big breath. Good. All the way back through to center. Go ahead and press yourself back up to your knees. Round your back, child's pose. Good. All right, last thing I want to do here is just stretch a little bit of your hip. So see if you can bring your left shin on the floor, parallel to the length of your mat, front or back, doesn't matter. And then we're going to stack the right ankle on top of your left knee. So you may have all this space. You can always bring your hands behind you, but we're going to try to encourage this right knee to go down towards that left foot. Now again, you don't want to push, and I don't want to feel any pain in the knee. I want to feel all this stretch happening in the right hip. So hands can come behind you. If it feels comfortable and your knees are feeling like they're getting closer together, then you can start to lean forward here. And if none of this is accessible, you can always straighten that left leg underneath and just cross the right. Just give me maybe a couple breaths here before we switch sides, trying to let everything relax. So when you take your exhales, that's when I want you to really think of mentally sending a message to your muscles to just kind of let go. So you can take a big inhale, kind of prepare, and then the exhale is just that softening and relaxing of any tissue that's still gripping. One more inhale. Exhale, soften. Good. All right, let's switch it. Come on in, right shin on the bottom, left ankle on top. I always love the disparity between where I start and where I finish, right? The knee's way high right now, so I'm gonna work my hands back to try to encourage that left knee to drop. And if you start to feel like it's given in and starting to relax a little bit, you can maybe even bring the hands in front, just depending on your hip flexibility. But anytime you feel knee pain, that's just a good signal that you're probably going too far for the hip, and then it's trying to make the knee do the stretch, and you don't want that. So let's take 2 or 3 big breaths here and just try to exhale and relax. One more big inhale, exhale. Good. Come on up. Take those legs out in front. Just give them a little shake. And you guys are done. Good job.